Mời quý vị tiếp tục cùng chúng tôi trao đổi với ông Winston Berrrie về những triển vọng tương lai của các dự án khai thác dầu đá phiến tại Mỹ cũng như là tại các nơi trên thế giới. Welcome back, Mr. Berrrie. We all know that the oil price has been fluctuated these couple of years. So, do you have your own forecast about the oil price?
Well, we've seen a 55% decrease in the price of oil since October 2014.
Yes.
The oil is at an all-time basic low. If you look at the last 60 years, adjusted for inflation, price of oil, it is in the range of $30. We've seen oil go up to well over $100 a few years ago. We see that it's stabilizing in the mid-40s through 2016, up into the low 50s, and then in 2017, stabilizing again at a normal price in the low 60s.
So with that forecast, how it would affect the production of the oil and gas regarding the new technology, the fracking, and also how would it affect the wastewater disposal?
The effects on the wastewater disposal are minimal. We have now seen currently all-time high production figures for Saudi Arabia and Russia. Hydrofracking, we've seen the stabilizing oil production in Texas. We haven't seen a decrease in the amount of production. Price, though, has significantly decreased. Companies still need to meet their cash flow requirements, so they're keeping production levels high. With our business, our primary business model is based on production. So, albeit the price of oil is low, production levels are still high, and we are still charging the same amount for the disposal of the water. Our profit levels are lower, though, because of the 1% of oil that we do extract from the water. That resale value is lower. But the basic business is strong because it's based on production.
We've talked about the process of the investment into this kind of industry,
yes.
And the profits that the investor would earn after investing in this kind of projects. But is there any risks at all for investment?
Well, the risk is that they're going to stop producing oil in Texas, and that there are rare occasions, I've heard of one, where they drilled an injection well and they couldn't put any water in it. Well, there are 35,000 of these wells in Texas, but I think that the risk properly placed in looking at production of oil, I think that we are a demand-driven business. We are a B2B business. So we follow the trends, and what we've seen with current production levels maintaining their high production levels, that we feel the business is secure. Of course, in any business there is a risk.
So you say that a project would last for about 4 to 20 years.
Well, that's a producing well. To be conservative, a saltwater disposal well, some of them lasted many more years, will last usually in excess of 20 years.
How about the investment? Would the investor take back their money when they originally put in, or they would or you would sell the projects and then they would take
basically
back the investment?
What you're looking at, you should see some of these projects are in the middle of a vast field with nothing around it, and it's just empty land. You don't have the appreciation that you would on, let's say, a building in Ho Chi Minh City or an apartment. You're investing in cash flow. So you're investing that you're secure that you're going to be receiving a strong cash flow over a set period of time.
Okay, so what would be the difference between investing in a waste disposal service project and the oil producing project?
Well, it's a producing project. You're investing on the speculation that you will be able to find oil and that the wells are going to produce a certain amount of oil to cover your cash flow and to give you a return. In a well, you might invest in it might only produce 50 barrels of oil a day. And if you're investing in a saltwater disposal well, you're investing in that all the wells in the area will be producing oil, and they will need to get rid of the wastewater produced by that. So we are a service-based business for the oil producers. In one area, you might have 8, 10 different oil producers, and then we service all of those different producers.
Okay, so that would be much more conservative, and it would have less risks compared to other type of investments, right?
Yeah, but yes, there's less risk, but also we bet that the price of oil will go up, because we have, in our business, we don't only have the revenue source from disposing of the water, we have the revenue source of taking that 1% of oil, and if that price of oil goes up, our profits increase. We have the business of washing the trucks that bring the water to us, also selling the water back after for refracking, so we recycle the water after it's been cleaned by selling it back to the oil companies, and selling them fresh water that they can make more brine to frack with.
So many sources of income there.
We're very conservative that way.
And Mr. Winston Berry, that has wrapped up our discussion today, and thank you very much. And I hope that the audience have had a lot of interesting information, so that they would be more interested in these kind of investments. Thank you very much for coming here today.
Thank you very much, and hẹn gặp lại.
Thank you. Kính thưa quý vị, chúng tôi vừa trò chuyện với ông Winston Berry, giám đốc của Trung tâm Phát triển vùng Tây Nam Bộ Austin, Texas, về công nghệ khai thác dầu đá phiến cũng như là dịch vụ xử lý nước mặn từ mỏ dầu, và cũng hy vọng rằng quý vị đã có được những thông tin hết sức bổ ích, và chúng tôi sẽ gặp lại quý vị trong các chương trình sau. Thu Trinh xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.